Hello, my name is Juan Carrillo, and I'll be answering this week's question, which is, what is criminal justice? For the sake of articulating it better and for explaining it better, I wrote a document that sort of puts my ideas together into what I believe criminal justice to be. So to begin, when I think about criminal justice, there are just a plethora of ideas and concepts that come into my head due to the fact that it is quite a broad and extensive subject. So, in order for me to articulate what exactly I believe it to be, I must start from ground zero. To begin, the concept of criminal justice is doing exactly what its name says, delivering justice to those who have broken the law and sentencing them to the appropriate repercussions of their actions. Of course, this would be in an ideal perfect system, which our system isn't always perfect and it does have its flaws, in which we should work on and improve on so that our system is much more efficient. The goals, nevertheless, should be to punish individuals for their transgressions, however, also working towards rehabilitating the individual. This is a big thing that I saw in the textbook that really opened my eyes, where it spoke on how many just think of one or think of the other instead of working towards being able to do both, which is something that we should really try and do. Um, so moving on into how my mind interprets things, it goes from a simplistic view, which is basically the definition, and to a more complex one, as I wrote down. Moving on into how my mind interprets things, I then imagine the criminal justice system itself. Whenever I think of the term criminal justice, I almost immediately add the word system to the end of it. That's just how my mind works. And in my mind, I see this complex um, system that has twists and turns, and it has so many agencies and just so many components to it. Um, this enormous system is made up of three headlining components, which are law enforcement, courts, and corrections. Having taken a couple of classes with Dr. White Lewis, this triangulation was always emphasized as these three parts generally make up the criminal justice system. So this was something that was basically drilled into my head, where the triangulation of the law enforcement, courts, and corrections basically are what make up our criminal justice system and basically work together into enforcing the laws, interpreting the laws, and then corrections basically rehabilitating and punishing the offenders. And me personally, I'm a what I would say a visual learner. So I did have to go online and sort of look for things that reflected what I saw and what I believe the criminal justice system or simply the term means. And I found this little chart right here. And I know it's not a triangle, but it I think it perfectly reflected what I believed was the police, which is law enforcement, courts, and then corrections down here. And this is a very simplistic view of the criminal justice system. However, and thanks to the Prison Fellowship Organization for providing this, found it on their website. However, um, upon looking for another more complex one, which is how my mind thinks of things with corrections and the courts and law enforcement and how elaborate and complex and how many components are within it, this is more of what I was thinking in my head of what makes up the criminal justice system. This right here. So this is a diagram that basically illustrates what our criminal justice system is. And basically this is what I had in my head as to what it was. Because for me it's like it's so elaborate. I was thinking of a roller coaster, or I don't know. It's like law enforcement coming into the courts, coming into the corrections. And with it being, and thanks to the Bureau of Criminal Statistics for providing this chart as well. the Bureau of Justice Statistics. So basically, what I'm getting at is when I think, what is the criminal justice system to me? What is criminal justice? I see it as a massive institution filled with agencies that basically, in a way, lay out laws, lay out, um, I would say, how we live our lives, what we can do, how they handle transgressions, um, what rules are made, what isn't made. At its best, our criminal justice system should be a system where um, the community is protected and individuals who break the laws are what I would say mm, punished and rehabilitated. However, at its worst, this system is a system that has been heavily politicized, manipulated, and in a way used to push agendas. Because as I've learned throughout my years here, there are issues within our system, such as mm, sorry about that. There are issues such as mass incarceration. There's harsh drug laws. Um, there's over criminalization, and there's just some things where we need to improve on so that our justice system is much more effective. And basically, yeah, that's what I think of the criminal justice system and what I believe criminal justice to be. Thank you.